I'm joining Nick Paddock in the Cliffy Miller yard, and we're going to hear a bit more about their runners. They're looking forward to some newcomers, and starting off in race 1, Hot Hat is the first. Now, last time out, it wasn't on the local poly, it was the KZN poly, but he showed good improvement on the surface, and Nick, that bodes well for him on Friday.
Yeah, he showed really nice improvement coming onto the poly track in Durban. Hopefully he can replicate that here in PE. He's quite a fiery fellow, and he does tend to take a hold, but hopefully with the speed we go here, he can settle in and he can just finish off his race. But I do expect a nice run, and I think he can finish in the top 3.
In race 2, Princess Virginie is also a newcomer, and she'll relocate off Western Cape form, and we know that's always favourable. Yeah,
she's been learning how to settle, and earlier races she used to bowl along and not finish off a race, and the last time they settled in quite nicely. And she's quite a light frame filly. She hasn't taken much work in that, and I think she'll probably need the blinkers in time to come. It's just her first run on the poly, so we're just letting her run clean. She's shown fair work, and I do think it's a competitive field, but she does get, I think, 4 or 5 kilos from the top weights. I think she can run into quartets there if she's not too green first up on poly.
In race 4, You Crack Me Up is next up, and she placed last time out. Nick, you still had expected her to need that run, so it was a good effort.
Very nice run. It was over the moon. I know the winner won by about 6, so she was only 2 or 3 lengths off the winner, the second horse. So she exceeded expectation. I was really happy with the run, and she comes in with bottom weight. I think she's up slightly in the division, but off bottom weight, if she can get to the front and get it all her own way, she can run into quartets there.
Joining us in pick is Bethel, and he's being a handful this morning, but he's nice and fresh because he's racing off a little bit of a break. We'll see him in race 5.
Yeah, he always seems to run well fresh, this boy. And the last time I said, he need it, and he ended up coming up and he won. So I was quite happy. But again, he probably need it, and he's in a good space, as you can see, and he's a happy chap, and he's eating clean. I mean, if Bethel ever leaves a crumb, there's big problems. He licks it. The manger looks like a granite top the way he goes along. So he's a happy horse at the moment, and I definitely think he can run into back into quartets. He was off for a little bit. He banged his leg against the pens in his last win, and it took a little bit of time to heal. And so he might just need it, but I do think he can find quartets.
And finishing in race 8 will be Georgie George. Now, he won a super race last time out, and that was his debut for the yard.
Top win. He won with quite a bit in hand. I think the handicappers were fair with the 4 points that he did get. He's on poly now, which is arguably his favourite surface. I'm not too concerned about the draw. He drops out and he runs on. That's him. Yeah. So Marco knows him quite well, and he's doing exceptionally well at home. We've kept him in that space, and he's just a really happy horse, and I think he can definitely go back to back. I wouldn't be leaving him out.
Well, there you go. Georgie George has done it once. Can he do it twice? It does sound positive.